What's up, everybody? We are on here tonight live to you, not as We Are Lions Nation podcast, but we are on here tonight for a special tribute. Today, the Lions podcasting nation lost a true great Lions fan, a friend, a mentor for most of us, Jim Bordeaux from Detroit Lions on the Prowl passed away suddenly today. And we wanted to come on here tonight and share some stories, memories, talk about Jim, and let you guys too. Anybody else that wants to come on here and say a few words about Jim, you're more than welcome. I know we got a couple guys here that would love to say a few words to Jim already. Before I bring them in, I'm going to start. I started out this thing just talking with no video, nothing. Jim reached out to me at that point and offered assistance without me even knowing who he is. And he's been there every step of the way for this whole time. He just recently messaged me not too long ago and said that we were doing a great job and to keep up the good work. And he absolutely loved what I was doing, what we were doing. And it was a pleasure to watch him do his thing every day and be, he was such a great fan. And I am going to miss him horribly, as I know most people are going to miss him. This is you don't realize the effect somebody can have on your life, even if you don't even know them really. You never met them before in your entire life, face to face. I never shook Jim's hand. I never got to meet him in person, but I felt like I did because that's how he was. That's how he was. He cared, man. He cared.
He was bigger than life.
And I know JB, you got a couple things to say as well.
Yeah. I started right after Dan Campbell's presser, my Facebook group. I wasn't a podcaster anywhere. I was just a guy that loved to talk Lions football. And I started doing a weekly chat. And Jim jumped on there. And lo and behold, we struck up a friendship. And he said, "Hey, you have way too much knowledge. Would you like to be a part of our free-for-all Fridays?" And I was like, "Sure." And that was well before the season started, before even the preseason camps. And he started having me on there. And then one night, I was on a mashup with these yahoos that I co-host with. And lo and behold, he said, "I think that's a great idea for him to have a home with you guys." And I've been here ever since.
Yeah, I can't thank Jim enough for bringing you on and showing us giving us a start and just being I can barely talk right now.
Me too.
This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. What I'm going to bring up some comments. We got Craig Jackman coming in and saying R.I.P. Jim Bordeaux. Chicken Nugget, prayers up. Thank you, Chicken Nugget. Detroit Lions talk. Mike says R.I.P. to Jim.
Yep.
Kurt Steele is in the house.
Says, "Thank you, Curtis. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have my nickname."
Kurt, I am so sorry, buddy. So sorry.
We all
Val, you and your family. Mike says, wishes sent Kurt. Kurt says, thanks for the tribute. Absolutely, Kurt. When we heard we had to do it, man. Mike says, prayers. Kurt says, Thanks, Mike. Facebook user says R.I.P. to Jim. Now I want to bring in a couple guys, but first, Dan, if you want to say a few words.
I didn't personally know Jim. I've only heard about him from you guys. His family's in my thoughts and prayers. My condolences to his wife. But I'd like to thank him because if he wouldn't have done what he did for you guys, I wouldn't get to come on here and talk to some of my best friends about football all the time. So I'll be truly grateful for him for a long time.
Amen. And I want to mention, too, that Statman is trying his hardest to get in here right now. He's the one that broke the news to me. So I know he wants to say a few things, just having a little trouble with his connection tonight. Chicken Nugget says, Kurt, much love and prayers, buddy. Malek Mills says, I'm thinking about R.I.P. Jim.
Yep.
Let's bring in a couple guys that we got waiting to say a few words about Jim. I know this first guy is a good friend of Jim, has known him for a long time. And we also got a guy that you probably – you know him. You've probably seen him working with Jim when he had his new show, The Roar at 4. First guy I'm going to bring in is Maniac Tim, and we have PC Payload in the house to say a few words about Jim tonight. We'll start with you, Maniac Tim, since you've known Jim quite a long time from what I hear. So
yeah,
go ahead.
I know. And I met him when he was like 15 years old, so it's been a couple years. But one of the hardest things for Jim was to figure out video. So to see him succeed in YouTube was great. He had a drive in him that was nonstop, you know. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man.
You're okay.
At times, you know, we had our differences, but he was closer than a brother to me, closer than my own brother. And I loved him as a brother, as a friend. He really loved sports. He loved to put his best forward. So Lions and Proud did start basically as a podcast. Then he brought in, of course, Kurt and Mike. And that helped it grow. You know, he was able to do things. You know, he learned how to get keywords and how to really promote it. And he was, you know, like you guys have seen, he was a guy that would go ahead and share his knowledge. And he did care about people to help bring them along too. And he had a good heart. You know, he may have had a temper, but he had a great heart. And he will be missed.
Thank you, Tim, for coming out here. And, you know, you mentioned Jim not knowing much about the video thing and getting that start. You know, if it wasn't for Jim, We Are Lions Nation podcast wouldn't even be on YouTube if it wasn't for him. So
Right.
all that knowledge passed along that he learned, he passed it along to us and made us where we're at today. Statman, is your connection good? Can you hear?
I'm hoping so. It's been a struggle trying to get on the show. Where I'm at a family get together for Thanksgiving. I don't know if you can even hear me right now.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
So why don't you
Just
go ahead
fine.
and say what you need to say in case we lose you.
You know, it's hard to hear the loss of Jim. Like everybody said, We Are Lions Nation wouldn't be where it's at today if it wasn't for him. Took a lot of time out of his own busy schedule, his own life, and, you know, showed us the ropes on how to get started with video and really jumpstarting this podcast. And I owe a lot to him and Kurt Steele too, another commenter that's already commented in here. He's helped us out tremendously as well. And there's not really enough words to say how I feel. I love the guy. True, good-hearted person. You don't find too many of those in this world.
No, absolutely. Let's go over to you, PC.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not very good at this.
Nobody
But-
ever is.
Yeah. So I heard from you guys today. Actually, you guys reached out to me, and just shocked. Yeah. So actually, I met. I kind of got to know Jim through Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Really, I was living down in Texas, and down there it's pretty hard to find Lions fans. And I watched Dion and Micro Mike, and a few other guys, and I found Detroit Lions on the Prowl, and I just started commenting on their videos, and they were really they treat everybody like family. Jim, Kurt, and Mike Jones, and LL now on the show. They just always treated me like family, and I just made stupid comments just to get a laugh. And eventually Jim reached out to me and said, "Hey, I was thinking about doing like another show, in association with Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Would you want to be on it?" And quite honestly, I didn't have any aspirations to be on YouTube again. I used to make videos, but over the course of the years that I got to kind of know the show and stuff, it helped me meet you guys. I was actually on your show before I was with them. And it brought out an energy. Jim had that ability to bring out this energy in other people from a really loving point of view. And it was always family. I never felt like I was an outsider, even though there's, lots of people that watch the shows and stuff like that. He gave everyone the time of day. I remember talking to him when we were going to get the show going, the Roar 4 show going. And he was telling me about his day, and how early he gets up, how late he goes to bed, and how little money he makes at it. And he always did things for the passion of it, and he always wanted to involve the people that he loved to make it a better community. And he, to Val and your family, it's one thing to lose someone that you just met. My heart just goes out to all you guys, your family. It's so hard to say, but he will be missed for sure.
Yeah.
I think we all can agree that Jim, what you said, PC, Jim had that personality about him that he had an open heart, and he cared about everyone that he talked to or communicated with. You mentioned how busy his schedule was. For him to take time out of his day to take a couple hours to teach us young guns how to get it going, that meant a lot, and more than he'll ever know. I've told him that many times, but I don't know, man. This is the craziest day ever. Jim reached out and touched so many people's lives just from a simple little podcast about the Detroit Lions. That look how many people are here today just to share their thoughts. And I mean, him with his quirky jokes. I loved his little jokes that he used to say on his show. I can't think of any of that, but they were real quirky, right? He would laugh, and but you're right, PC. If he invited you on the show, you were part of that show, and he made sure that your opinion was heard and that you were not ignored. And even commenting, he would let you make sure that he knew that you were there, and there's not very many people like Jim Bordeaux out there in this world today.
We've had a few comments, and with the tears in my eyes, I definitely cannot read them.
Yeah, I will go back here a little bit. Zach J says, "I am completely shocked. Prayers to Jim's family. You will be missed." Detroit Lions Talk with Micro Mike says, "OPP will be dedicated to Jim on Thursday."
Good on you, Mike.
Awesome. Such a terrible day. God be with him and his family. Chicken Nugget says, "If it wasn't for Jim, I would have never met Jeremy and many other Lions fans. So thank him so much for doing that." Facebook user says, "Thank you all for doing this." Absolutely. Tyler Black here says, "RIP friend. Jim was a close friend of mine. Had him on Motor City podcast." Kurt Steele says, "PC, my man." And Raw Detroit says, R.I.P. Jim, prayers and blessings to his family. I can't even imagine what you're going through right now, Kurt, as well. We all know Sean Jennings, Kurt's other podcast co-host, just recently passed away.
You know,
And now we got Jim. It's oh man, if anybody else out there watching wants to come in here and give their thoughts or say a few words about Jim, just comment in the comments and I will send you a link right now.
I know
So you
Tyler
guys-
Black wanted to really bad. He wanted to get in here and say a few words.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll get him.
I don't know if Curtis could do it or not, but he's more than welcome to as
Yep.
well.
I just gotta
Just a
find
sad
him.
day. We lost a really good one. Probably the best.
I was reading a comment. The Facebook user is Val, and I mean, to you personally, Val, you treated me like a brother. It was crazy. Like when I would make comments, she was always on it to laugh at it or make, it was there was always this thing. And I think that I don't know their personal life like many of you. I'd never met Jim in person.
Same here.
I met him through the world that we live in, like post-COVID, I guess you'd say. And Val was just as welcoming and as wonderful as Jim was to me. So Val, I love you. I am so sorry.
Yeah, Val. I can't imagine what you're going through right now, and you're
I kinda know this
absolutely
pain.
right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, PC. She was just as inviting as Jim was, and just as kind.
Which is shocking because she's a Bears fan.
true. And her daughter's a Packers fan.
God, that's a rough
Oh,
household.
talk.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh,
I did send out Tyler Black. I sent you out an invite. Micro Mike said he would like to come on.
absolutely.
I can, if you guys get overloaded, please feel free.
Same here.
I can check out.
Yeah, we want to get as many. And if people want to come in and say a few words, we want to get as many people in as possible.
Maniac Tim and PC, I met you through Lions on the Prowl on Free for All Fridays, well before I was on this show when we were going over stuff in the preseason.
Yeah.
And I appreciate everybody's knowledge. Some of us had more hopium than others. And other of us were like, man, if we could stay healthy, we see this. Well, that didn't happen. And I don't really want to get into the whole Lions side of it. I want to stick to what Jim said. And Jim was always, his heart was with the team.
Mhm.
No matter how mad he got and how bad it got, his heart was with this team. And like me, he saw the promise of what could be in the future. But as far as this season, he's like, it is what it is.
But he always hated when they lost, though, because I'd watch
yeah.
the games with him.
We
Oh,
always
he
hate
was-
when they lose.
Yeah, I know, but he was like, oh man, he was every time. I mean, there's a reality side of him, but then there was also the fan side of him. Whenever we watched the games, always hoping for
yeah.
that victory. And that, of course, that's with everybody, but it's like.
Michael Huck says, I was shocked when I saw this announced. When I caught COVID, Jim showed concern for my health. He treated me like family, and he will be missed. Kurt says, thanks for doing this. I'm in no shape to be on camera right now. Absolutely.
Absolutely,
understand,
Kurt. Hugs, brother.
Facebook user says, oh, this is where Val said that she was watching. So sorry. Tyler Black said he would join, which he is here now. I'll bring him in just a second. Hey guys, I've been listening about your friend Jim. Everyone has my condolences. Love you guys. I'm touched by the overwhelming response. All right, let's bring in Tyler Black. Tyler?
What's
Welcome,
up, guys?
Tyler.
What's up, all? Jim, I consider him a close friend. Had him on Motor City Podcast. Great guy. And he's going to be truly missed. Truly missed. I'm shocked just like everyone else. It's like a nightmare. It's like a freaking nightmare.
Chicken Nugget says, honestly, Jim resurrected the feeling for me to talk about sports again, especially when I was going through so much. Facebook reader, love you guys. Living It Up Larry says, good evening, guys. I am so sorry for your loss. My sincere condolences.
Thank you.
Again, what's crazy to me is that pretty much everybody in this room right now on this panel met through Jim.
One way or another, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Whether by proxy or in person.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I have not yet met my co-hosts in person. I want to.
Well, that'll happen one day.
Jeremy scares
We
my
gotta do
kids.
it soon. Oh, I'm sorry. Can't help it.
It's just a reminder of how short life really is, and how gradually you got to take each day, and be blessed to be here each and every day, be with the people that we are around right now.
I need to get the link to Micro Mike, but I don't know how to get it to him.
Neither do I.
I don't know if we're
Micro Mike, I don't know if you know my real name, but it's Jeremy Ballrick. That's Ballreich. Send me a message and I'll copy the link to you.
Hang on, I got a link. Let me see if this works. I don't have him on Facebook, or I'd send it to him.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know
that's
if
what
I
I'm
did or
saying.
not. That's why.
I'd have to have him send me a link or send me a message so I can send him the link.
Oh, Twitter. Has anybody got him on Twitter? I don't know if I do or not.
I do.
I believe I do. I can check.
You got the link still?
Let me
Yeah, I
check.
still got a link. I could send it to him on Twitter.
Amanda says prayers for his family. So sad. And that's Amanda, Mrs. Statman.
Yeah, he
Yep.
had two daughters. Has two daughters, Faith and Aaron.
Val, Faith, and Aaron, my heart, love, and hugs all go your way.
Yep. And his mom's name is Sherry, and dad's name is also Jim.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. I think we're gonna get it sent over on Twitter. BoltFan44 says, "Man, sorry your friend passed away. Was he on the podcast? Also, how was your guys' Thanksgiving?" Thanksgiving was okay. Yeah, he was on our podcast before, but he was a huge
I don't know if
part of the Lions podcast.
I don't know if anybody else feels like this, but not because of sales, but this truly is a Black Friday for the podcast community.
It is.
Yes, it is.
Lost a great one.
We lost a great one.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not able to find. I mean, I've got the link to your stream here, but I don't know if Mike, if you're private, I'm not able to get it to you.
I found them.
Yeah.
I just sent it to him. I sent it to him in one of his treats. The one
Okay,
that he
good.
sent 33 minutes ago. When he said,
Well, if
rest
he
in
got-
peace to Jim.
If he comes in, I'll bring him up as soon as he pops in.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Again, thank you everybody that has come in to watch. This is a tribute to fellow podcaster, friend, and mentor Jim Bordeaux, who passed away suddenly today.
I would definitely be doing a tribute on Michigan War Radio probably tomorrow. After
Let's
the
bring
Beast
in
Hot Stick.
Micro Mike.
Man,
Hey,
it's
Michael,
terrible.
Mike.
It's terrible.
is.
How's it going on, fellas? Found out through you guys' live stream. Absolutely god awful, terrible. Prayers sent to his friends and his family. Maniac Tim, man, sorry for your loss. I know you've known him for a long time. I met him a year and a half ago. Helped him out with his YouTube thing, and so it sucks that he's no longer here. Awful, man. Kurt, you as well, bro. Sorry for the loss, Kurt. You can get on Thursday. We can do a show for him, man, and spread this, spread it out, man. This is terrible.
What does Zach J say there?
Chicken Nugget says, appreciate every day that goes by and love those who love you.
Yep.
Mhm.
Zach J says, it's amazing how much of a community we have built here as Detroit Lions fans, creators. I never met Jim personally, but my heart is heavy tonight. Michael Birch, former co-host on We Are Lions Nation podcast, says, RIP, good sir, gone way too soon. Way too soon.
He's my age.
Crazy Ken.
It's always
Jeremy.
funny how things that go for completely full circle. I found Micro Mike's channel. Like I said, I lived in Texas for a couple years ago, and I found Mike, and it just kind of snowballed. And I was like, "There's got to be more Lions YouTubers out there." And I just, living in Texas, working all day, I just never really thought about it. It's impossible to find Lions fans in Texas. And I watched Mike, and then Dion, and then Detroit Lions on the prowl, and same with Mike, same with this whole community. It's such a family-oriented community. No one's above anybody. Jim always treated everyone at such a level playing field with respect, and that goes for Mike, and that goes for Dion, and that goes for all you guys, and
Mark Oram, and all of them.
Mark, you can't. I couldn't possibly name them all. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting some of you guys. But Jim was one of those people, and I know I've already said it, but it needs to be said again. He deserves it to be said again. He was one of those people that would work a 12-hour day and still find an entire half an hour to sit with you one-on-one and hash out it wouldn't even matter what it was about. He would always be there for people, and he's got a family, he's got shit to do, and he would still find a way to find time for you or whoever. He did it for me more than once. And it's such a huge loss to the community. Obviously, Val and you guys, your family, I there's nothing I can say. But as far as it goes to the Lions community and all of us, we're all stitched together in one way or another. And it's just a huge hole. It cannot be refilled.
Yeah, that's the thing about Jim is he never looked at like us, We Are Lions Nation podcast, any podcast like that. He never looked at it as a competition, anything like that. He looked at it as, let me help you get to where we're at.
Exactly.
And that is one of the most, and like you said, PC, there was plenty of times where Jim and I had meetings about just my YouTube stats. We went over YouTube stats, and he helped me point things out, and taking an hour or two out of his day to do that when he didn't have to, when he was so busy. And that's, I don't know, I'm just really gonna miss that guy's advice. I really am. I think this is Val. The comment here says Lions in the Prowl will do a tribute as well.
Fantastic.
That was terrible, man. Came out of nowhere. Not what I was expecting on Black Friday.
Yep. I don't know if you heard me say that comment, but this truly is a Black Friday for the Lions podcast community.
Man, it's just terrible, man.
Kurt says,
Never be forgotten.
yes, we will. So I will be right there when that is done. When you guys do that, please let me know.
Same here.
Same here.
I don't know. I didn't want to rush into anything or do anything crazy. That's why I did ask Val to do this tonight. But I really wanted everybody to get a chance to say a few things because I know that Jim, in some way or another, touched every single one of our lives. And this, and Jim was a really special guy. And the Detroit Lions podcasting community is going to really, really, really be down a great person after today.
I don't know what you guys all. I'm sorry, Mike. Go ahead, please.
So it makes you put things in perspective, man. Don't worry about the petty things. We all disagree on things. Who cares, man? It's not more important than this.
Nope.
This is real life stuff. So, anyone out there, there's time to do some bad mouth and there's time for all that Lions talk, but not today. Not this week.
Nope.
Let's take a break from it all and, sit back and kind of look at things at a different perspective.
Completely agree.
Yeah, I was just gonna say something real quick before I duck out of here. I don't want to take up a spot in the middle here when there's probably other people that want to come on, but thank you, all you guys, for doing this for Jim. Thank you, Val, for letting us do this for him. And I just like to make a little comment on what Mike said is, I was sitting at a table with my family at Thanksgiving yesterday, and I'd realized that I traveled so much for work in the last 15 years. It was only the second time in 15 years that I was sitting down with my entire family having dinner, and I got a little choked up about it. And you can't replace time. It's one thing you can replace almost anything in your life, but you can't replace time. And so to each one of you guys, cherish what you have, because you just never know. And Jim will be sorely missed by me for sure, for just the person he was to me and what he did for all of us. But on that, I just want to say thank you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and sign off here.
Thank you.
Have a good night,
Thanks
PC.
for those words.
My
and
condolences to you as well, because I know you were close.
All right, guys. I hope you all have a good night.
You too.
And folks out there, remember, man, God's real. Jesus is real. He's in heaven. He's living the dream now. Guess what? Maybe he could talk to God to help Lions win a couple games. He'd be doing that.
He is.
You know
he
he's
is
doing
right now.
You know he is.
We got a
I know he's
supporter.
with us right now.
That's
I know
for
he's with us right now, watching down on us.
He's saying right now, trust me, guys, I got your back. Got your back on this one. So he's in heaven, man. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art is with me, and he's with him. So he's with him.
I don't know what the rules are on this, but I'd like to just take a moment and maybe play Amazing Grace. Is that possible? Am I allowed to do that? A moment of silence.
You can
We don't.
do it.
We do not own the rights to this music.
You got to make sure you say that, and then because it will get copyrighted. But
Right.
yeah.
Actually, put it in the description that you don't own copyrights to it.
Yeah, it's literally, you have to say, we do not own the rights to this music. Those words have to be put into the caption.
Anytime I do a video with other music on there, I do not own this. All monetary goes to this said wherever it came from. So that's something you just got to put. I would put that in the description and top comment it on its own. That's what I would used to do. So.
Well, I would like to do that now if this comes through okay from my phone here.
If I sing along with it, I'm sorry.
I may have to shut my camera off because that'll get me tearing up, man. That
I'm
song
already
kills me every time.
You can't do it.
I've been tearing up all night.
I'll do it on my phone if you can't do it.
An ad.
Of course.
Learn about crypto and get paid as you learn with Coinbase Earn. We've paid out over what?
What is this?
That sounds like The Amazing Race.
Yeah, it's not playing.
Yeah, I
Right.
thought it sounded like me doing God last night in the bathroom.
That sounds even worse the way you said doing God.
No,
Okay.
my voice of God that I did.
I know, but the way you
That
put
may
it.
be
was
one of the funniest things I've heard. Oh no.
All right, guys, I found one. So, what I'd like to do
Fantastic.
now is just take a moment. I do not own the rights to this following music that will be playing, but I'd like to play this song on behalf of Jim, his memory, and his family.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious dear that grace appeared, the hour I first believed. Oh, through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace that brought me safe thus far, and it is grace that will lead me home.
again, I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight, joining us to say a few words to Jim. We it's
That
crazy.
dog chokes me up every time.
It's crazy because you don't. I've never met him in my life, but yeah, I feel like we were so close. And I want to thank all you guys for coming on here tonight and saying a few words about Jim. Everybody that commented tonight, thank you for coming in and commenting, sharing your thoughts. We will all continue to do our best as Lions podcasters and do the best we can in honor of Jim. I know that We Are Lions Nation podcast. Well, we'll dedicate the rest of our season to Jim as well. And there is a GoFundMe for Jim and his family that I created on our page. And I know Tim, you shared it as well. So if you see that out there and you can help, please do so.
I shared it as well on the Detroit Lions on the Prowl Facebook page.
We got looks like Quinn Cook is in the house, so let's bring him in here so he can say a few words. Quinn?
Sad day, fellas. Very sad day.
Yes, sir.
I was on a couple of podcasts with you guys when we had him on there, Jeremy.
Yep.
Sad day, man. This COVID is just killing people left and right, bro.
Let's not get into that.
But
It's just let's leave it as a sad
is there
day.
any?
And that
Is
he will
there
be
anything,
missed.
Andrew? Is there anything that I could do to help out family in a way?
There, like I just mentioned, we do have a GoFundMe going on for Jim's family. I
Go
shared
ahead
it.
and send me that link, bro. Now, when I get paid again, I'll send some over.
I will send it to you, and you can anybody that I'm not friends with on Facebook or anything like that. It is on the We Are Lions Nation Facebook page. If you go there, I did share it there, and it's also on the Detroit Lions on the Prowl page as well.
Okay, good deal.
Facebook, can I transfer a PayPal when I get my paycheck?
Absolutely, I believe PayPal is one of the ways that GoFundMe allows
Yeah, it
paying.
Haters House 710, RIP Jim, you will be missed. Well, I want to say I don't know if I had the chance or not to meet you yet, Mike or Mike, but thank you for coming on to our show, our tribute tonight, and saying some words for Jim.
Yeah, no problem, fellas. Again, to Jim's family, wife, and really sorry for your loss. I'm gonna dedicate OPP Thursday to it. Maybe we get some money raised up, help out, and terrible. But God is with you and your family in this hard time.
Yeah, remember the link for the GoFundMe is shareable. So if you want to just share it, please do. Please do so. I know that us here at We Are Lions Nation podcast, we will be jumping on there and doing something as well. So if anything helps, please help. Again, thank you to Mike or Mike. Thank you, Quinn, for coming on. Thanks, Tyler Black. Tim, since you were such close friends with him, did you have any final words before we get off here tonight?
Yeah. Well, one of the things is I'm happy that he met all you guys and was able to help you. And I know he enjoyed this. One of the best things for him too was when Herman Moore invited him to be part of Lions Nation United. I mean, and that was great. I mean, I remember him telling me about it, and it was just so great. So there was bright spots, and that's what we got to hold on to.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll do that.
You know, his family, you know, I mean, Val, his mom and dad, you know, and they're all, and his sister, and of course his two daughters, they're all very special people, very kind people. So just be in prayer for him. And I know his mom was really hurting. But,
I don't doubt that a bit.
yeah. And so was the sisters. I mean, it's, you know, but just remember the good things. And he did have some, you know, it's great that, you know, he was a great friend, and he still is in here.
Yeah.
We've had a few comments come through there, Andy.
Yeah. Val says you can message me directly. And then I believe she also says, thank you, boys and grandbabies. Yes.
Yeah.
And Bordeaux's grandbabies.
Definitely.
All right. Well, Micro Mike, Quinn, Tyler Black, and Tim, I want to thank you guys again. I'm going to drop you guys out, say a few final words from us here at the podcast, and then
And thank you again to PC Payload.
Thank you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you all for joining.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
I'm going to send this show off right. The Lions fight song at the end. You know that.
Before you do that, again, I want to thank Jim. I know you're watching, buddy. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing what you did for us and being such a great friend. I will never forget you, and may you rest in peace. Love you, buddy.
Jim,
Go ahead.
thank you so much for everything you've done for me, finding an identity as a podcaster, finding me a home podcast to be on. You were a good friend, and you will be sorely missed.
I just want to say one last thing too, Jim. If it wasn't for you, man, I wouldn't be podcasting. So
Yeah,
I don't know what else.
We wouldn't be
My prayers
following
are with you
our
and your
dream.
family.
Go ahead, Statman. Why don't you send us out of here?
Forward down the field, a charging team that will not yield. And when the blue and silver wave, stand and cheer the brave. Rah, 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 go hard, win the game. With honor you will keep your fame. Down the field and gain a Lions victory. Go
Lions!
You'll be missed. Sorry, that was really hard. Get through that.
It's okay, man.
You're all right. It's been hard on all of us. Me?
You're muted.
Hello?
Andy's muted.
Oh. Yeah.
Andy's lost his sound.
Okay. On behalf of We Are Lions Nation, we want to say our hearts and prayers and hugs all go out to the Lions podcasting community. Val, Jim's children, Jim's grandchildren, his mother, his father, his brothers, his sisters. I mean, all of you will be in our prayers tonight. Thank you from Andy the Soul Man, Logan the Stat Man, Dan Leonard, and myself, Smoking Jeremy B. We are Lions Nation Podcast, and we're out.
One pride.
One pride.